Hey guys, it is Jen with Mother Time. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have some fun and easy Valentine's Day craft ideas to share with you. If you are new here to my channel, welcome. I love sharing home decor, cooking, and DIY here on my channel. So if those are videos you enjoy watching, click that subscribe button below so you never miss a video. Okay, you guys, you know what time it is. Grab yourself a hot cup of coffee. That sounds really good right now. Or hot tea. Sit back, relax, and let's get to crafting. First up, I'm going to make a mop head heart wreath with this wire wreath form and 4 mop heads from Dollar Tree. I like to coffee stain my mop heads to give it a rustic look. So in a large bowl, I add some warm water along with some instant coffee. I kind of just eyeball it. If I'm doing a little bit more, what I like to do is 2 quarts of warm water to 1 cup of instant coffee. So what I'm just doing is I'm letting these soak in the coffee and then wringing them out. These do absorb a lot of liquid, so I wring them out really, really well and then set them aside. And then I'm going to put them back in the bowl and rinse them out again with some cold water, wring them out, and then I will let them dry. Once the mop heads are dry, I'm going to attach it to the wreath form. So I add hot glue onto the wire wreath form and then I'm going to wrap the mop head around it. Next, I'm going to attach the top pieces, so I'm going to add the hot glue and then add my mop head on top and trim the excess off. These mop heads do shed once they're cut, so once I cut it, I like to make sure I wrap it into the back and hot glue it so it prevents a lot of shedding. Then I'm going to go around the back and hot glue any loose pieces. And finally, I'm adding some ribbon to the back to hang. I simply weave the ribbon underneath the wire and tied it at the top. Look at how pretty this turned out. I absolutely love it. But if you'd like to add a pop of red for Valentine's Day, I took a piece of torn homespun. I'm weaving that underneath the wire, tied it at the top, and look at how pretty this one turned out. Let me know in the comments below what colors you like to decorate for Valentine's Day. Do you like going neutral or do you like the pinks and reds? Next up, I'm going to make a darling Valentine's Day pie. This is so cute for a tier tray or anywhere in your kitchen. I'm starting with this ramekin. I picked this up in the fall at Dollar Tree, but you can find them at Home Goods too. I'm adding some hot glue and then I'm going to add some stuffing inside. You can use stuffing from an old pillow or pick it up at the craft store. Next, I'm going to trace the top of the pie dish on a piece of muslin. I like to coffee stain my muslin similar to how I do the mop heads. I just soak it in the coffee and then I let it dry. I do cut a little over, about a ½ inch over, so that overhang I will trim off after I hot glue the muslin on top of the pie. So I'm just adding some hot glue around the top of the pie dish and then adding my piece of muslin that I cut out on top, and then I will trim off the excess. Next, I'm going to cut about ½ inch strips of muslin to make the crust for the pie. Cut a slit in the muslin and then I like to tear it because I love that torn edge. I'm going to cut a few strips so I have enough to go around the entire pie. To attach the crust, I add hot glue around the edge, and then working in sections, I'm going to start going around the pie, pleating it with my fingers. So I just gather a little bit of the fabric and then I just keep going around, pleating it as I go. Once I get to the end, I trim off the excess muslin and hot glue that end underneath the pleat. I also like to remove any of the strings that are hanging off, and this is how it looks. I'm going to cut out a heart on a piece of fabric for the center of the pie, so I just fold my fabric in half and I'm just going to cut out a little heart. Then I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue and hot glue that to the center of the pie. Next, I'm going to spray the top of the pie with some spray glue and sprinkle it with glitter. I'm using this glitter from Hobby Lobby, and then I love the snow glitter from Michaels. Then I spray it with additional spray glue to seal it all in, and this is how it looks. Next, I'm going to make a little stamp tag and hot glue that to the pie along with a little button. These clickable stamps are from Michaels, and I'll include a link for them in the description below. And here is this darling pie all done. Super cute, so easy to make, and so fun to make too. This is the neutral one, and then I also made one with the red homespun. Let me know in the comments below which one you like more. Next up, I have this darling heart muffin tin from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to distress it with cinnamon and Mod Podge. I love using this technique to give things a rustic look. Now, sometimes I would spray paint the item first. I love Rust-Oleum in the color Espresso, but for this one, I am just going to do the Mod Podge and cinnamon. So I add a coat of Mod Podge, sprinkle it generously with cinnamon, then tap any of the excess cinnamon off, and then I'm going to dab with my sponge Mod Podge on top to seal it in, and I'm going to do this until it's all covered and then set it aside to dry. Now I'm going to set it aside to dry. This is how it looks once it's done. If it's a warm sunny day, you can set it outside. It will dry really quick. And now I'm going to add some ribbon on top. This is a piece of homespun. I added a little bow, and I'm going to attach it to the back with some hot glue. Next, I'm going to make a little tag. So I just cut a little tag out, and then I have my clickable stamps, and I'm going to stamp "Love You" to the tag, and I'm going to hot glue it underneath the bow. And here it is, all done. I love the way this turned out. It's so cute for a kitchen. Looks like something you would see in an antique store or a craft show, and I love it paired with this darling pie. Next up, I'm going to make a Valentine's Day book stack. I love making these seasonally. These are my Christmas ones, so I'm going to switch out one of my Christmas book stacks. I'm going to remove the book covers, and I have my Valentine's Day book covers already printed. They are available for free on my blog. I'll include a link for these book covers in the description below. You can use old books you have on hand, or I grab books at the Dollar Tree. You can even find them at the thrift store. These are books that I actually even stamped at one point too. So here are my printable book covers. I just print these on regular copy paper. First, I like to score it so I know where to trim it down, and then I'm going to score it. There are little score lines that you can score. You can do this by hand. I'm just going to use this handy dandy gadget so I have it scored, and then I'm going to wrap it around each book. I use a glue stick to attach the book cover to the book. I add glue to the top of the bottom two books to hold all the books together as well. Next, I'm going to lightly distress the book covers with Distress Oxide in the color Vintage Photo. And then I'm going to take the piece of torn homespun that I had for my Christmas book and wrap it around this one. I thought it would be cute to add a little tag to the top of the book as well, so I'm cutting out a piece of cardstock, making a little tag, and then I'm going to stamp XOXO on top of it and glue it to the top of the book along with a button. Also going to distress my tag with Distress Oxide in the color Vintage Photo. And look how cute this turned out, and so easy to do. And I love that you can do this seasonally, just changing out the book covers so you don't end up with stacks of books for each season. Next, I'm going to make a really pretty heart using this piece of poster board from Dollar Tree. I love making these. I've shared these for different seasons as well. So I'm going to draw out a long, narrow heart, and then I'm going to cut it out. This would be really pretty as a door hanger, or you could set this against something as well. This turns out to be about 2 feet high when it's all done. I'm just using my rotary cutter to cut this out, but you could use an X-Acto knife as well. Next, I'm going to cover my heart with a piece of homespun. I get my homespun at Hobby Lobby, so I'm going to lay my homespun out, place my heart on top, trim it down a little bit, and then I'm going to spray my heart in the fabric with some spray adhesive that I also get at Hobby Lobby. Once the fabric is attached to the heart, I'm going to trim it down a little bit more, but I want to leave enough fabric so I can wrap it around. Next, I'm going to add hot glue and then wrap my fabric around to the back. And right here, I add a little slit so I can pull my fabric to each side. And this is what it looks like once it's covered. Now you could also cut out a piece of fabric to attach to the back if you want a finished look on the back. Next, I'm going to cut out another tag. So I have my cardstock and I'm just cutting out a rectangle and then making a little tag. I'm going to also have some raffia that I'm making a little bundle, and I'm going to hot glue that onto the heart along with some pipberry and greens. I'm going to hot glue a button on top as well. Next, I'm going to stamp Welcome Home on the tag and then distress the tag with Distress Oxide in the color Vintage Photo. Then I'm going to hot glue the tag onto the heart. And finally, I'm making a little hanger with a piece of scrap fabric on the back. You could use twine or even wire as well. And here it is all done. I love the way this turned out, and I love the shape of this heart. This is so pretty and was so easy to make too, just starting with a piece of foam board and some fabric. And last up, I'm going to make a really cute candy jar using this jar and candle holder from Dollar Tree. I'm going to apply hot glue and some clear E6000 to the candle holder, and then I'm going to place my jar on top and let it sit to dry. Once it's dry, I'm adding a little dab of hot glue onto the back of the jar, and then I'm wrapping it with a piece of homespun and tying it in the front. Next, I'm stamping the word sweets on a piece of torn homespun, and I'm going to hot glue that to the candle holder along with the button. A stamped paper tag would look really cute hanging from this as well. And here it is, all done. Super cute and easy and perfect for all of your Valentine's Day candy. Okay, you guys, that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a big thumbs up if you did, and let me know in the comments below what your favorite craft was. I absolutely love making these darling little pies. They are always so fun and easy to make. I make them for a bunch of different seasons and holidays. They are just so cute. For daily decor and DIY inspo, make sure you're following me over on my Instagram page at Mother Time. Thank you so much for spending time with me here today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.